It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Texans and the Bears, coming up next.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's do this.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So out come the Texans in great starting field position. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Mills on 1st down. It's caught left side by Cooks. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throwing again on second down. Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And that is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Now Jones. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Mooney. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A shotgun snap, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Fields. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here. Running for it, Montgomery. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Texans defense stands tall. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Play action now, Mills. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing after the interception, Mills. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
There's a nice move. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on third down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Marlon Mack taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Check.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Play action. It's Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Let's go. 58, right over there. Yeah.
Fields on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Ogunbowale out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Mills' throw taken in there by Cooks.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. On the give, this is Mack. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Yeah, that's a pretty throw right there. It's man coverage on the left side of the field, and this is some really good footwork by his receiver. Able to create some space at the top of his route, and the ball's delivered right on time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
They get the guard there, Lucas Patrick.
Still first down.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw, Fields. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. First down, Mills. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Mills again. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Big hold of the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. This is caught by Dare Ogunbowale. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills dumps this one off to Mack. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Again, it's Mills. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half, and they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Your trip is here.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that is incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Houston. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Off the play fake, Mills. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Robert Quinn picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, They've got a chance here to open up this lead.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Fields. Touchdown! That's caught. Khalil Herbert, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Mills. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Fields. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
After the sack on 1st down, Fields. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Mills on 1st down.
His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now it's Fields.
That one going to be complete to David Moore. Here's second and a yard. To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. On play action, Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery, a first down and then some. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
On first down, Herbert. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So here is Mills and the Texans.
Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute 50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
A first down throw for Mills. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mills. Conley with a reception.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
He's going to let it fly.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mills on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.